32 years, I guess it is.
Wow. So was
Hard to
that like
believe.
your first job out of college? Like what?
It was, I'd been in radio and was taking some college classes actually, because I felt, quick story here, because again, radio is a profession that I love, but there's no money in it.
Right.
Working with your voice, none. And it's even worse today than it was in 1980. Um, so realized, okay, there's no money in this. And I kind of enjoyed the sales end of things, advertising sales. And so I was taking some classes to get into that. And then this TV shopping thing had started in the 1980s. And so by 92, there was a network in Minneapolis that was looking for hosts. And so I auditioned so I can speak. I can take all the training I had in broadcasting and use it. And then sell things at the same time, and so it just kind of came together. So I quit the classes to get into this full time.
Wow. So you were like in the beginning. And in the
Dan Dennis beat me by 6 years, I think.
Oh.
We were talking about this the other night, and so yeah, so it's just industry was still taking its baby steps then.
Yeah.
And I have since created lines of jewelry and watches, traveled the globe, literally been around the world a couple times, visiting gemstone mines, which is an interesting thing. And I need to do a podcast on that someday. I do a podcast as well. It's called Are We on the Air? And it's all about the TV shopping industry. And I need to just go into what it's like to visit a gemstone mine. I haven't visited the mines for any of these stones we have. I had to double check because I've been to a lot of them, but it's eye-opening. Let me tell you, it's really interesting when you see where these gems actually come from.
I've heard some of your stories.
Oh, there's man, I should almost show a picture or two here at some point because we've got some very interesting stories to tell from.
First class accommodations, luxury vehicles.
Getting up at 5 a.m. to literally drive 7 hours to visit a mine and then drive 7 hours back. So in a car for 7 hours twice in one day. I don't recommend it.
And we're not talking about like smooth asphalt.
Oh my God. There, and again, I have pictures of this. There was one point, I wish I was making this up. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. There was one point where there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in this SUV, and 3 of them had to get out to help navigate the vehicle down this path. And that's the only way to put it was path. So they got out, walked some steps ahead, and if this vehicle had veered off this path one way or the other, it was going over. So it was, no, it's not exit 20 past McDonald's, there's your gemstone mine. No.
That's not how gemstone mines work.
If only they did. No, it's, and again, and some are more dangerous, shall we say, than others. So it's just, we had armed people with us.
Reasons,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's, I never knew who, but I knew that there was someone there that was carrying the whole time. So it's, because it's, oh man. I will say this, because the first one I visited really raised the bar actually, because the first one I went to, a Black Star Diopside mine in India, and we stopped first at the mine owner's house, who, by the way, again, don't think house like we have here. It was, the bare minimum of necessities to live by, and he owned a gemstone mine. But anyway, and so they prepared a meal for us before we could go to the mine. We had to eat. They didn't speak any English, and I didn't speak Hindi. And I was always warned, don't drink the water, all these things. And so I'm just like, okay, I have to. It would be rude to not eat their home prepared food, and so I have to. It was amazing.
Lucky.
Oh my gosh. Felt fine the whole time, so I had no problems at all, thank goodness. But it is interesting. So
You've dined in the homes of the mine owners.
I know. It's hard to believe I did that. And again, everybody there, because again, this is very, very rural part of India, it's tradition that they just, and if you've seen an Indian meal, it can be kind of messy, lots of components to it. They eat with their hands. They will literally just get in there and they eat with their hands, knowing, American here, I would prefer utensils. They were very polite. They had utensils, provided me with those, so it was, they could not have been nicer. We could not speak to each other because of the language differences, but they could not have been nicer. Just amazing people. So
I bet they could tell you were enjoying the meal.
I'm sure they could.
I doubt that.
Really, it was so good. It was so, I can't even explain what everything was. It was so good, so amazing. One thing I learned, I promise we'll get to some jewelry at some point here. We will get to some gold at some point here. I promise you. We have all of this.
Who's on TikTok?
We got a lot of people on TikTok here. Natasha, user and a bunch of numbers. Ann, Amber, Sue, Susan, Ambassador, Jackie, Kimberly. A lot of people have been coming and going on TikTok. I learned. Listen, we're in Texas. We love our meat here. We are meat eaters in this state. We love our barbecue. I learned I could be vegetarian so easily in India because you've got to remember a lot of their population is vegetarian. And so when you are eating places, whether it's a restaurant or whatever, it's assumed they'll mark a lot of the restaurants that do serve meat as non-vegetarian. So it's the assumption is vegetarian going in. I had a lot of vegetarian meals and they were amazing, just amazing. Again, I don't know necessarily what I was eating, but it was delicious and it was vegetarian, so I didn't care. Now let me tell you about my trip to China. No, save that one for another time. Believe me, that was. Talk about, if you think, oh, I would love to go to China. I like Panda Express. No. Get rid of that thought right away.
I like Panda Express.
You are not eating Panda Express in China.
Oh, man. See, I wish this was that kind of show. I would sit here and let Shawn, Wilsie tell you stories all day long.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so again, this is TikTok here. If you do see something you want to order on TikTok, there's a link up here. Click that. For everyone else watching Instagram, Facebook, the website, I think I've covered everything. Put sold and the number. We will start at 101 and just kind of usually progressively work up from there. Once in a while, for some reason, we have to skip something. So sold 101 will be a gold Singapore chain, which is back up for a second.
Layered. Yeah, the top one, I believe. Yeah.
What's the size of it? 18. Yeah, that'll be the top one. Well, you know what? Let me show you all these because we're going to, at one point or another, we'll get to all these. So you can see the differences between some of the pieces here. And by the way, if you are watching on any of the aforementioned means of TikTok and all those, make sure you like the Shop LC page so you can never miss anything that we do here. We do this every day, twice a day. This is our afternoon edition. We also operate a broadcast TV shopping network, which we're streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through TV and cable, satellite, all of that. But this is the chain we're talking about right now. The price on it, $104.99. This is 10 karat gold. It's about 1.3 grams, which does take this under $100 per gram, which for 10 karat gold these days is really, 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 really good. Very hard to find gold jewelry. And again, in gold, not in a vermeil or a plate or a tone, but in real 10 karat gold. So you can get that 10 karat gold chain. These will be coming up. This is 18 inches in length right here. You can get that 10 karat gold chain that you've been wanting, and you're doing it for $104.99, which at under $100 per gram for a gold chain is extraordinarily good. So what you have right there is a beautiful, sparkling, dazzling, gorgeous chain that could be for a pendant, might not be. We had the Appetite pendant in our morning show, which is already archived. If you want to go watch that archive of it, you can do that.
Little lavender spinel pendant.
Lavender spinel.
Really pretty.
Of course, yes, lavender spinel. Beautiful for that. So, we just have had some, and we'll have some great options of things that can go on this, but there's nothing that needs to go on this. If you just want to wear this all on its own, when I wear, I have at home 4 different, here's a quick story too, about time in the industry and how this TV shopping thing works. I have at home 4 gold Singapore chains, all different colors of gold. Yellow gold, there's a rose gold, there's a green gold, and there's a black gold. Yes, those other 2 exist. We rarely see them, but the other 2 exist. So it's 2008 somewhere in there, 2008, 2009. I'm at Shop NBC, which is in Minneapolis. The management team that had been there was shown the door, and a new management team came in. We know how to do this because we are all from QVC. They were all from like QVC Europe and some were from QVC United States. But they all came in. One of the first things they did when this new team came in is they decided we're going to bring out a Singapore necklace. Gold Singapore necklace is our, I think we called it at the time the our top value or whatever it was. You know, every network has those deals that debut at midnight. And we're going to bring out this gold Singapore chain. It's going to be huge. And we're going to debut this. Well, they're forgetting that Shop NBC was in small amount of the homes versus what QVC was in. So they brought in something like 40,000 of these chains. At the time, the network might sell on its best day 1,000 of something, if even. So, you know, we were a lot smaller. We had these Singapores forever. You can still to this day, if you go far enough back on my Twitter feed, because I've had the same Twitter account forever, you'll see me post very sarcastically, because that's my sense of humor. Tonight I'll have that rare and impossible to find Singapore chain coming up at 2 a.m. or whatever it is.
Twitter was around and...
Oh yeah, it's been around, like I said, it was 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's been around a long, long time. And eventually what they had to do was they had to cut the prices on them so deep just to get rid of them. That's why I wound up buying 4 of them, because finally it was, ridiculously low price. If you think back now to where gold was then, I would have bought 400 of them had I known what was going to happen with the price of gold, which makes this deal at, I did say, under $100 per gram, because it is for 10 karat gold, so good. So jump in on this while it's here now, so you can get in, on a 10 karat gold chain for $104.99. It weighs, I don't even know if I mentioned, 1.3 grams. It has a lobster claw clasp, which is very sturdy. Thank you, Hope, who just started following us on TikTok. Thank you, Hope. If you can find me, Shawn Wilsie, you can follow me. Not that you're going to see a lot of posts there, but I've got a few things up there. You can now get a 10 karat gold Singapore chain. Anyway, where I was going with this, because one of my chains, I have a cross pendant on it. One, I have a jade pendant that I'm Year of the Monkey, so I have a little jade monkey pendant that I have on one, and then the others I just wear on their own. So you can wear these on their own. They don't even, come on, I'm backing up a little. You can still see the chain. It's not that little piece of dental floss. It's smaller, yes, but you can still see it sparkle. You can still see how pretty it is. You can still see, and at $100 per gram for that chain right there, we'll get to the other two in a little while. But for this chain at $104.99, under $100 per gram, yes, you want to take advantage of that while we have it available. All of the prices that we have are valid until 4 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. It is Sundays we do this live, so that would be Monday, 4 p.m. All bets are off. While you're watching us now, I was on our Facebook as well. Remember, we archive a lot of these on Facebook. How long do they stay up on Facebook? They don't stay up forever. A day or two, don't they, for a while?
No, they're on Facebook for the review.
That's true. I was watching one of Lauren's from last week. So, so they are up a while. So you can see some of the previous shows. Now, again, the prices might not still be valid, but you can get a good idea of the variety. Because I was watching Lauren because she was doing some fashions, and I never see the fashions here. So it's kind of fun just to go back and watch some of those. Chris does a lot of them here. I try and be here on Sundays, but I was doing the on-air thing for a few weeks. So we've got some great things. In fact, next week I won't be here because I'm doing an extra shift this coming week on TV. So I'm not sure who's filling in, but I've got a big week on the television end of things coming up here. We've got some hosts going off to the Tucson Gem Show. Which I'm jealous. Have you ever been?
No, I never get to do anything.
Oh, Stephanie. Stephanie actually might be the worst one to send, and the only reason I'm saying that is because usually we wind up, it's like, okay, hurry up, buyers. Come on, finish up. Stephanie might be the one we'd be saying, okay, come on, Stephanie, finish up.
Some more.
Yeah, it's like, come on. It's just, it's a very long day, but it's so much fun. It's one of the largest, for those that don't know, gemstone shows in the world. And our buyers go there every year along with some hosts and some of the executives and other people. So you'll start to see some video pop up of what's going on at the Tucson Gem Show. I'm going to be really curious to see because last year they came back with next to nothing in some of the stones that used to be really old reliables like Sleeping Beauty and Tanzanite. It'll be interesting to see what happens there and what happens with gold, because there's jewelry that is chains and gold and everything. Somewhere at the Tucson airport is a silver Bourbador chain that I bought that I accidentally threw away.
No.
I know.
Oh, it just makes you want to.
Oh, it does. It makes me sick. But again, it is a fascinating thing. I haven't been in probably 7 years, and it's a great thing. There are some exhibits that the regular public can go to. So if you're watching us from any of that part of the country, there are some gem events and jewelry events that the general public can go to. Some you do have to be in the industry to get in, and they'll check for your credentials. But no, there are some.
It takes over the town, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It's not like here's a convention center, here's where it is. It's everywhere. It's
in the parking lot of the gas station. It's
not an exaggeration. I mean, it is everywhere. It's, a smaller company might just have here's our room at the Hyatt, and come on in and check out what we've got. And others are going to be a little bit more involved. Someone just subscribed as well. I missed the name there. So thank you. But yeah, it does. It takes over everything, and it is impossible. It goes on for about a week to see everything. Literally impossible. I remember the year I was there, I think I was there 3 days, and I don't know, I've seen a half dozen venues, and that's just that much of the whole thing. So anyway, gold chain, 10 karat gold. A lot of you joining us on TikTok and scrolling in and out. You can always come back. If you leave us, come back. That's fine.
Keep coming back though, because we
keep
got
coming back. We got other things that we're going to be getting to. So, I'm trying to find the name of the one who subscribed. Was that Who Says That? I can't remember, but I think that might have been the one who had subscribed. And of course, some of you watching on Instagram and Facebook, and of course the website shoplc.com. Now we'll get back into the chains in a little bit. I want to share this ring. In 10 karat gold.
It's cool.
I have a comment I'm dying to make, but I'm going to be nice. No, I'm going to say. No, I'm not going to say.
Say it.
Her nails look good. There are some people in this industry that can take a lesson. Just saying.
True.
Again, just a little side thing about this, because this industry is changing so much, and that's why I have my podcast, Are We On The Air? Because I talk about some of this. I have seen hosts and models on the big Q with nails that would have had a host written up in years past for not dressing appropriately for the job. Today it's perfectly acceptable. It's just that very traditional is not a distraction from the jewelry.
Right.
But you get real flashy, blingy nails. It's like people are looking at the nails and not the jewelry. So that's a big no-no. It's marketing. It's just...
Well, and they used to dress business casual, and now it's all, they show up in their pajamas.
Literally. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, I know. I can't. This is as casual as you'll ever see me. I thought, you know what,
You probably sleep in this. I cannot even imagine you not somewhat dressed up.
Exactly, yes.
Do you iron your pajamas and have
I don't iron, no.
That
I'm not that bad with my pajamas. No, I don't iron them.
But you never just
I do stretch them
out around the house, do you? No.
No, very difficult for me to do that. Very difficult.
You don't even want to see me on a day off, Shawn.
I
don't get out of my robe.
I would go insane if I tried to stay in my robe all day. Let's see, Wednesday's my day off this week, and I'll probably sleep in a little bit, but yeah, if I'm not fully and completely dressed by noon, forget it. Then I'm like sick or dying. It's just, no, it's not. I will be dressed even if I don't go anywhere. It's just, you never know when someone's going to come to the door or anything. So, chatting about 10 karat gold once again. Now, man, here again, This is under $100 per gram. Why do we bring these numbers up? First off, it's really important that you're aware. I mentioned watching that other network Friday evening. They're doing a lot of jewelry. Man, they would get to a chain. They wouldn't even tell you the gram weight. They'd say, you have a 16, 18, or 20-inch choice. Here are your prices. Well, what's the gram weight? Because that can make a big difference as to whether I'm interested in the chain or not, because it can help you relate to the price. So 1.9 grams, $167.99, under $100 per gram. Now, my information said we have sizes 7 and 8. It looks like we might have some more than that on the website. So if you take a look at our website, it's from sizes 5 all the way up through 11, and that includes half sizes. So check out the website, shoplc.com, and check out these pieces here. Because again, it might even be, and great reviews on this one too. I just saw 5-star rated. 23 millimeters in length on this. Let me get you a standard ruler measurement. You can see that it's going to be just shy of 1 inch in length. So not quite knuckle to knuckle. Oh, I didn't even look at the inside of this. Well, isn't that kind of cool? Look at this. This is kind of cool. There's little detail, little designs, little cross-like designs, plus-shaped signs on the inside of this. Well, that's kind of a cool little extra touch. You don't expect that. I like little surprises like that. No one else will ever see it. You're going to see it. You're the one that has to wear it. You'll be putting this on, and you're going to see that little accent on the inside. So it's a fun little extra something to have. This is all polished, 10 karat. Now, in fact, you could engrave that if you wanted, if you felt like, I want to personalize that a little bit more. Let's put in a design, a pattern, a date, initials, monogram, whatever you wanted to. It'd be very easy. See, that's a nice little surface area there where you could do some engraving. So you could go ahead and put in some extra personalization there. 102 is the number on this if you're interested. Sold 102 in the comment box or on TikTok. The link up there will take you to how you can order this. So a number of ways to grab this. But it's a cute little ring. Nothing overly fancy. And sometimes these are the pieces that you wear all the time because it's not this overly busy piece. Not something that's in the way if you're on a keyboard all day. You could still have your full range of motion there. And, I don't know, looks like a Star Trek symbol or something. Didn't have an elongated triangle or something as part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of had a little curve to it. I'm a Trekkie nerd.
Did it?
Yeah, it was like, and then a little, like 2 little legs that are curved, and
Time to research this.
And it's a softer triangle, but yeah. Yeah, ask me something stupid about Star Trek.
Star Trek logo. Let's see if that brings it up. Oh, okay, you're right. Yes, it did have more of a curve. You're right. Okay. Wow.
But this could totally be like the signature piece.
Yes.
Oh, that's it. Who? Susan who? Susan, the one with the gold triangle ring.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one that she wears. That's the one you know her by. It goes with everything.
What was the Star Trek symbol called?
Federation.
I'd never heard this.
Oh. No,
this is interesting.
Tell me.
It was called the Delta insignia. It was first drawn in 1964 by costume designer William Ware Thesis with input from the creator Gene Roddenberry.
Gene Roddenberry.
Interesting.
I know the lyrics to the Star Trek song, which I'll dazzle you with sometime.
I will look forward to that because I didn't even know that there were lyrics to the Star Trek song.
Most people do not.
Oh my gosh.
But okay, the Delta sign. It seems like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie and say I knew that.
Yeah. There's a at StarTrek.com a whole thing of the insignia explained because the whole thing is explained.
Well, see, I've never even been on StarTrek.com, so I guess I'm not the fan I thought I was.
It's. I mean, oh my gosh, this goes on and on and on and on. And listen, I can't. I mean, seriously, this is all about the insignia. So
wow.
There's a lot there. I can't make fun of it because I'm that way with Dark Shadows. So it's so.
Barnabas.
I know.
Did you like the movie a couple of years ago?
It was good. They didn't try and completely recreate the original, so I appreciated that because that was my fear. They're going to try to recreate the original and they're going to fall flat on their face. So They did their own take to it. I liked it. It looked like they were setting up for a sequel, but nothing ever came of that.
I liked it better than I thought it was going
to.
I did, and they redid the show back in the early 2000s.
They did a reboot in the early 90s, which died terribly because it was right up the same time as the Gulf War, so no one was watching it.
I don't remember that one.
And yeah, that ran about, 10 weeks, I think, if even. And then there have been 2 times, one before the creator died and another one more recently, where they wanted to, and at one point I think it was the CW had signed the deal and everything, they were going to bring it back, and that fell through. There is floating around the internet somewhere the unaired pilot for one of those versions, and I've got it downloaded. I've yet to watch it because I'm just afraid I'm going to cringe. So,
well, where can you watch the original? Because I know I've started it. Like The Good Ladies on the Train Ride.
Yeah, it's on a couple streaming services. Prime, does Amazon Prime have it?
That might be where I started.
They've bounced around. It's been on a few. I own the whole thing on DVD and have gone through it numerous times. It's 1,200 episodes too, so it takes a while to go through the whole thing.
Well, it's a soap opera, so they repeat themselves.
Yeah. For those that don't know, it wasn't a weekly thing. It was a daily on ABC for, 5 years, I think, or something like that. And so no, there's a lot of episodes out there. But yeah, it's streaming a couple places. I know I've stumbled upon it. I've heard you click. I know we're moving on. We are up to
the Cuore, 103.
103. This is number 5 on my sheet.
This is number 9.
9. Okay. Oh.
And I had this with Marvel. We looked it up. Cuore means heart.
Oh.
Which I get it.
Of course
you can
it
see
would.
It. Yeah.
Close to the front part. So okay, now that makes sense. Yes. I would. Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm looking at this. Oh, it's a 2-row rope. That's the way I always knew this design. It's a 2-row rope because that's literally what they're making. That's a rope bracelet. That's a rope bracelet. You attach them together. They're all soldered together. It's a little more obscure maybe on that shot.
But you see it in
kind of
person.
see it. Yeah, in person it's very clear. Let me hold it up. I know I'm probably going to have to get closer here, and sometimes I put my hand behind it.
Nope, that's perfect. I see.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
It's
okay.
Totally there.
So there, you can see the little heart shapes. So that's why it's named what it is. And TikTok, there's your turn to see that. See the heart shapes. So that's where the name comes from. Broken record, I know, 4.6 grams. The price is $389.99. Once again, gold that is under $100 per gram. Now the added bonus to this, in fact, let me check something, because I would bet this is a closeout. Yeah, this is a closeout. We did not make this. What I was looking for are the designer markings here. This is Italian made. You are buying Italian made, actually it's on my description, I guess. Italian made 10 karat gold jewelry. I've always said there's a comfort factor when you can buy. Now, listen, I say that with all due respect to our American gold manufacturers. We've got some great ones in this country. In Turkey, there's some great ones. In Israel, there's some great ones. But the Italians have been doing this longer and, dare I say, better than anyone else for generations now. When you can buy gold from Italy and it is under $100 per gram. I forgot to check on my first 2 pieces, and I don't know if it says here. Yeah, it doesn't. The Luxoro's our brand, so that one's probably not Italian. The Singapore doesn't say on my information here, and I didn't look. But this I know for sure is Italian-made 10 karat gold. So if I had a wristwatch, and I said this has a Swiss movement, you're going to sit at home and say, oh, that's a good watch movement. Because we know that a Swiss watch movement is 9 times out of 10 better than the others. It's no different with gold, or even with silver to a large degree. If I say this chain is from Italy, okay, I know what he's talking about. That's Italian-made gold jewelry. If you've ever traveled to Italy, maybe you bought a piece as a souvenir and brought it home. You spent more than $100 per gram. Well, you wouldn't have bought 10 karat, because legally 18 karat is their minimum. But 10 karat gold is, in this country, the minimum that we can do, and to get it at under $100 per gram. Now, why would you want 10 karat when we're going to show you 14, 22, and 24 karat gold? A couple reasons. One, price. It's gold, and it's $389, as opposed to gold at our top price will be $2,399. So there's that. Other thing, and this is important for a lot of people, is durability. If you know you're tough on your jewelry, you probably should be purchasing 10 karat gold. 10 karat is a strong gold. It is a durable gold. Now, I'm doing, again, something that I wouldn't do if I wasn't confident that I'm not going to break this. There's many a blooper. They're on my YouTube channel, a couple of them, where chains have gone snap, one of the most famous with me and Karen Connolly many years ago. I'm not worried about that here. One, it's a rope. Two, it's 10 karat gold. So that's two reasons. You'll note some extension chain here. What's that for? Well, that means this can be a 7-inch bracelet or anywhere up to an 8-inch long bracelet. So you have that added flexibility as to, I want a 7, 7.25, 7.5, whatever. Now that extra chain, let's say you're only going to wear it as a 7. That's it. We'll only ever wear it as a 7. Great. A good jeweler can remove that extra chain for you. So you don't need to have that hanging on there if it's going to get in the way. I would say keep it, but a lot of people, that's an annoyance. Have a jeweler take it off, then you'll never have to deal with that extra chain there. I think it's smart just to hang on to, though. And just to show you again, because it is up to an 8 that a guy could, if he has a smaller wrist, get away with wearing this. Just so you can see that a guy can certainly wear that. It's a little bit short for me. But guys, if you can wear an 8-inch long bracelet, you know whom I'm speaking, then by all means, you can definitely wear that one. Just because it's what we're calling the cure. How would you say that in Italian? I don't know Italian. Cuore? That way.
I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah.
Better than what I'm doing.
Cuore.
You know, it's a 2-row rope is what we always used to call this. It happens to take on that little kind of a look in the center. When you get from that shot, you don't even see it. So don't feel like, it's got a heart in it, I can't wear that. Yes, you can. Great design. Classic rope jewelry. This has been in style forever. Rope jewelry will be in style forever. This is the kind of jewelry that has stood the test of time. So if you like that, that is number 103, sold 103 in the comment box, or for our TikTok friends, the link that you have up there will take you to how to order this. And again, even if you got the Singapore, different link, still 10 karat, still would be beautiful with this. If you have gold at home, you can add this to your jewelry box. A 5-star rated item. Is that for this bracelet? Yes, 5-star rated item. Beautiful. I love my bracelet. It's beautiful. I wear it all the time. From Patty, and that was just days ago, actually. She just wrote that on the 15th of January. So she is a new owner of this. So thank you for leaving those reviews. It's always helpful. Helps others make the decisions too, whether they're interested in something or not. And that at $389 again, under $100 per gram for 10 karat gold. Same story, different day with the next one. Under $100 per gram for 10 karat. Yes, we still have 14 and 22 and 24 karat even still to get to.
I love this.
I'm with you. I was just going to say personal favorite. It's hard to play favorites, but this, obviously the middle chain is what we're talking about right now. This is the Grande Specchio. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced. Yeah. 10 karat gold. Again, Italian gold jewelry that you're getting. This weighs 4 grams and is priced under $400. Well under $400 actually. $337.99. I can do it simultaneously for both, for Instagram and for TikTok and Facebook and all of them. Look at the sparkle coming off of that chain. Wow. If you want things that shine, that's the necklace for you. That was our sparkle chain. Pretty. It sparkles nicely. This bottom one sparkles beautifully. This has a glow. This has a reflection. This has an illumination that the others just don't. That is a one-of-a-kind piece. It's a $2,000 estimated retail value that you're getting right now for $337. $37.99. I'm just going to take this off the display for a second. Just so you can see the entire thing. It's all discs. Every one of those discs is polished, shines, reflective. They are just like gold mirrors. They are just completely 100% like gold mirrors. You could engrave these if you wanted to. I don't know as though you should. It would diminish all of this reflection, but if you just felt like you had to do some engraving, those are good flat surfaces where you could do some. But I have never seen this necklace before. I don't know where this has been, and under $100 per gram for a 10 karat gold chain like this is exceptionally good. We just don't see price points like that. Not for 10 karat. Look at that shine. Or, as one of our reviewers said, flashy. Love that. That's the way to describe it, Laura. Really spectacular necklace at a great price. It really has the flash and feels substantial enough to hold up well. 18, usually too long for me, but it can be clasped on a shorter link too. Oh, she's smart. I didn't even catch that. You're absolutely right. This could be. And she also says I attached a magnetic clasp to it. Man, we were just selling those Friday night, Dan, Dennis, and I. If you missed those, what they are, and let me just show you what she's talking about first. Because you could take this and attach the spring ring clasp. Does it go? She says it. Yes, it does. Look at that. Now, you could either wear that as like a little pendant, a little extension right there. Cute. Or just put that in the back, and now you've got a shorter necklace. So that is smart. Laura, brilliant. Laura. That's we left the review. That's what I'm saying, Laura. Anyway, on the website, we might still have the magnetic clasp, because what they would do is they would act. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of choices actually. There's some in. Even has some in 10 karat. There's a 10 karat one for $47.99.
I will put that link in the. I'll drop that in the comments.
Okay, we're gonna put that in the comments. That's smart, because that's a great way to get a little bit. Not that this clasp is difficult to work, but you did see it took me a moment or two to clasp that. With these magnetic clasps, it's literally boom. You don't even have to touch it together. You get them near each other, and the magnets get drawn together. So you would take one end of the magnetic clasp, attach it to this, the other end goes to this, and then you will never ever touch that spring ring clasp again, ever. You will simply use the magnetic clasp. We do have them in rhodium over silver, and there might be some vermeil options as well.
Put that in there.
We're going to drop that one in as well, just so you can see that. A little less expensive. Now again, it'll be in vermeil or rhodium over silver, whereas the first one that Stephanie put in, the first link, is for the 10 karat gold version. So, but we've got some options for you. It's $50 versus $20 basically is the price difference there, and so that would replace. And when Dan and I were showing these the other night, we were talking about get a bunch of those. Just replace as many clasps as you can with those, because they're so easy to work. So much easier, and you'll just it's nice being able, because again, this clasp is fine, it certainly does the job, but it takes longer to attach that than those magnetic clasps that just boom, you get them near each other and they get drawn to each other. So both of those links are in the comments on our Instagram and our Facebook. But look at that shine. Look at how highly polished that is. This is an incredible deal at under $100 per gram for 10 karat gold. Man, if you are just getting back into shopping for gold, and a lot of people are, for a lot of years, once gold pricing started to go up, what happened is a lot of people, a lot of designers, I guess I should say, stopped making anything in gold. And for years, it was just impossible to even find gold jewelry. Well, we've decided we want gold again, and nobody's happier than me to see it. It was very sad when all the gold jewelry started vanishing. It's good to see it back. Many people started selling their gold. Those stores opened up. I will never forget when gold, because gold right now is at about $2,000 an ounce for those that don't follow the pricing. There was a time 20 years ago, $200 an ounce, nothing. So, and when the price started going up, all these stores, these buy gold stores started opening up. And I'll never forget when I was living in Minneapolis, shortly after this was happening, one of those had opened at Mall of America. There was literally a line out the door into the mall of people selling their gold. people were clamoring to sell their gold. They wanted that cash, and I get that. My thought always was, because I had this big gold bracelet, still do, and I said, I'm keeping this. Because if I decide I want it again someday, I'm going to wind up spending so much more money to get it back, and I'm so happy I hung on to that. In fact, to this day, how in demand gold is, I have at home right now a gold and diamond ring. I started to tell this story this morning that I've been trying to get rid of for a while now. Every jeweler, every pawn shop, I've been everywhere. And these are really good diamonds in this ring. They could not care less about the diamonds. All they're buying is the gold. Every price I get quoted is just for the gold. And so I'm just hanging on to it. I'll figure out what to do with it someday. But that's telling. When jewelers couldn't care less about really good diamonds, they just want to buy what you have to sell just for the gold. So that's the value in the gold here. So just my advice, if you have rings in gold with gemstones, just hang on to them. You'll find a use for them, or maybe find someone to give them to as a gift. Here is a ring, speaking of, in gold from our Luxoro collection with Tanzanian lavender spinel. Oh boy, here's another stone that is not on everyone's radar. This is a 7x5mm stone. It has diamond accents. And speaking of good diamonds, these are some nice diamonds in here. 18 tapered baguette cut diamonds. That's another 10 points to the gemstone weight. The majority of that carat weight, though, is all in the spinel. Let me get out of the way so we can take a look at this stone. And again, that picture does not do justice to the purple and the lavender that is in this stone. I always try to think of gem comparisons whenever we're introducing something new. And amethyst came to mind immediately. I have to wipe that away. Rose de France came to mind. I have to kind of wipe that away. And just, you're getting something with a bit of each personality. This has the pinks of a nice Rose de France with the purple of the amethyst. Lavender, I guess, is the only way to really, really describe this. I don't even know if getting up close is, it's something. Well, you can see, no, maybe not. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. You can see that stone a little bit better in its actual color. It's one you have to see in person. Now, look, worst case scenario. You get this home. What's the price on it? The price is
$2.99.
$2.99?
Well, except for size 8. You know how we do.
Oh, of course. Size 8's different. In a good way. But otherwise,
buy size 8 if you can.
Yeah, buy size 8 if you can, and then have it resized. Otherwise, it's $2.99.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you get this home and you look at that stone and you say, forget it, you can always send it back. The lighting that we need for television is, in a lot of cases with some gemstones, terrible for the stones. You need to see this in your own lighting. You need to see this in the sunlight. You need to get this somewhere where you can really see the quality and the colors of these stones. The only way you will ever see the true color of anything in life is in sunlight. Any other type of lighting is not giving you the full spectrum hitting it. And so sunlight is the only way. Take this out in the sun, you'll see what it actually looks like. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, just again, based on what I'm seeing here, if it's not a color change stone, but if it does shift a little bit and you wind up with some different colors under different types of lighting, just based on what I'm looking at here. Oh my gosh, that it really is a very, very, very good stone. Diamond touches on this as well, and they're tapered baguette cut diamonds. I love the use. Let me get my pointer here and show you. You can see how they're set. You can see where they're set. The tapering means it's going to be a little bit shorter here, a little bit longer here, and then they're at an angle. It allows them to fit more flush. There's not quite the gap that you might ordinarily have because you're setting on an angle. This is curving, this is curving. And so it's just as the geometry of it fills in the gap a little bit more. The problem with tapered baguettes, emerald cut, any of those kind of cuts, if you don't have really good diamonds, you're going to see those imperfections. There are some ways you can cut a diamond or any gem and just kind of hide the flaws, hide the problems. You can't do that with this. This is not a forgiving shape. You got some really good. Does it give me a grade on the diamonds? I don't know if it did. I don't think it did. Let's see. Oh, it does actually. It just says I3 clarity. It says colorless. I don't think they're colors. Well, they might. They'll put them up to E to F. I would say more likely they're G to H. Usually we use G to H quality diamonds in our 10 karat gold. I3 minimum clarity. I guess I can believe that. I would say that that's probably very, very accurate. Have it appraised. You can take this to a good hometown jeweler, $50 to $100, or not a jeweler, but an appraiser. They'll give you an appraisal on the piece, and I would say have jewelry reappraised every few years. I have 4 appraisals sitting at home right now for pieces I need to have reappraised, because the jewelers, when they're appraising, they'll always put gold in, or they should, what the gold value was when they did that appraisal. And I was just looking at these, and at the time, the gold value was $1,300 an ounce. Okay, that's an older appraisal. They're probably 7 years old. Time to get those reappraised. And anything valuable, and I don't know what this would appraise at, but if it does appraise for our retail's $18.99. If you start to get close to that $2,000 mark, you need a separate rider on your homeowner's policy for those pieces. We just got a bunch of likes from, pardon me, Waterloo 1. Thank you for joining our lives and for all the hearts you just gave us. That was very, very kind of you. We appreciate that. Share, like, review, rate, all these good things. Make sure you like the Shop LC TikTok so that you can never miss a second of our live streams when we do them. A couple reviews I want to read here. 5-star, nice addition to our collection. Tony and Michelle did a great job in presenting the item. Thank you. And beautiful and destined to be an heirloom. I'm not going to argue with that. Right. Just got it today. Beautiful, classically proportioned, and I'm so happy I purchased this ring with its unique gemstone. The pictures, thank you for this. The pictures don't do it justice. It will be one of my favorites. That's someone just saying kind of how I started this whole presentation here. That yes, the pictures do not do it justice. And again, TikTok. Sharon, thank you for the new follow. So Sharon is now following Shop LC. That was very kind of you. Again, you won't miss anything. We do these a couple times a day, every day. They're always different. Today we have gold. This morning we had apatite. I don't know what's coming up this week, but there's usually some beauty, there's some fashion, there's all kinds of good things. Tanzanites. Moissanite. Oh, that's all right.
Amethyst, because February's right. So we will be doing amethyst.
Just going to say, we probably would do some amethyst since February's coming up. That'll be the February birthstone. Stephanie just saying, yes, indeed, we do have some amethyst coming up as well. So thank you to all of you who are joining us on TikTok.
And you are going to flip when you see the matching pendant, Shawn. I can't wait to show you this.
Oh, here we go. Here we
go. Look what we did to that.
Oh, come on.
We did that.
I gotta get my soda in here real quick. Okay, listen. Okay. This is priced a little below the ring, and the ring was a great buy. The pendant is priced at $112.49. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to understand why we do some of these things. I'm just looking, where's the obvious difference? And there isn't one. It's Tanzanian lavender spinel. There are diamonds, a little bit less in diamond weight, I'm guessing, since you have fewer, but still not many. We have 5 instead of 10. Yeah. Stone 7.5. Other stones is 7.5. This is in 10 karat. That was in 10 karat. So for whatever reason, the pendant is $112.49. Take a look at it. Let me get out of the way. There it is. And it is lavender. Again, the picture does not do these pieces justice. I don't know what kind of lighting they used when they photographed these, but the pictures are not doing them justice. Many times these pictures are done at a photo studio that we have at our main factory in India, and so it's possible that they just didn't have the lighting that really best showed this off. Because in person, what I see here, really nice. Really, really nice. And really lavender. Let's see if you can see a difference in person here as we show you lavender spinel. I haven't even really chatted about the spinel that much, and I probably should just mention a few things. Yes, this is spinel. Spinel is a group. It's a big family of gemstones. Black spinel is the one that we see most often around here, but there are many, many, many different colors of spinel. And the lavender is one of the, I guess I can safely say one of the newer of the different colors of spinel that we've seen. There was a find in Tanzania where they were discovering these stones, and Tanzania, many of you would know from Tanzanite. There's other gemstones in Tanzania. There's some beautiful garnets coming out of Tanzania right now. But the spinels have really hit the radar of a lot of gem hunters. I mentioned the Tucson Gem Show earlier. That is coming up, and our buyers and our executives, a couple of the hosts are going to be going. Steffi and I will be back right here in beautiful, cold Austin, Texas. So we'll be holding down the fort here. Although I have to admit, I did, because I just pulled up the Tucson weather today. It looks like it's cloudy and rainy there. So, well, too bad. Too bad. Have fun. Some of the gem show is outside, so that's. But I'll be curious to see if they find any of this, because this is not one that, even though it's hit the radar of a lot of people, that is common knowledge, and so it might not be in great supply. From what I understand, from what I've heard about the mining operation, that they're not mining this in huge amounts. So who knows how much of this we'll see in the coming year. We have a couple pieces in the inventory right now. We have this, we have the ring that we just showed you, and I'm not sure how many other pieces that we actually have. Am I seeing on the screen here, is there like pardon me while I walk over here, that looks like a certificate of authenticity or something. Yeah. So you're going to get with this an authenticity card, and what it's going to have is the item description, which again just says 10 karat yellow gold, AA lavender spinel, white diamonds, mentions the metal, 10 karat yellow gold, total gem weight, and what the gemstones are. And so it's just like a little certificate of authenticity that just kind of explains what this is. You can see this on the website. If you want to get a look at that yourself, go to ShawnPLC.com and you can check out that. But you'll get a copy of that with your purchase. So there'll be a little extra something, not just the beautiful pendant. And man, that is a beautiful pendant. And pendants, we've all learned, to become so important to us now. The number of Zoom calls and all of that we did during COVID have made us realize, I need some neckline up accessories, because, well, nobody sees the rings you have on or the bracelets that you have on. This is where you want to be able to get some of these pieces that everyone can then see. Now, the chain is not included, but obviously we just had, boom, boom, two great examples of a chain.
$110, our first chain?
Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, 110 sounds right.
For $223.
That's crazy.
You get both.
You're right. For just over $200, you would get, that would be the first chain that we showed you, the Singapore, and the pendant. And mainly because the pendant is on clearance at $112.49. The ring was a great buy at $2 whatever it was, but now for, in essence, that same price, you can now get the chain and you can get the pendant. So a couple really nice opportunities before you to get this gorgeous lavender spinel. You have to see this. It is so, so pretty. And it's amethyst, it's rose de France, almost a bit of kunzite maybe tossed in for good measure. But there's a luster that comes out of this. Amethyst is not actually known as to use the technical term, sparkliest of gemstones. It's pretty, I love it, but this has more of the luster that you would see in a kunzite or in a morganite, twinkling more than an amethyst usually would. I think you're going to fall in love with it. I think you'll be back for more. Again, I could be wrong. If you get it home and don't care for it, well, 30-day satisfaction guarantee. That's why we always want you to shop with confidence on this. One of the great things about Shop LC is we stand behind these products. Only time we don't do the return privilege is during clearance. Even though this is a clearance item, we don't have a clearance event going on. So you can feel really good about shopping, because that beautiful pendant will be on your neckline in 5 to 7 days. That's normal delivery time, by the way. 5 to 7 days, usually how things ship out of here, so you'll have it in 5 to 7 days. We're usually pretty good about that. Sometimes we'll get backed up around the holidays or during clearance events when we're moving through a lot of product, but usually it's 5 to 7 days. Now, something else I sometimes start the show with, and I didn't today, was just reminding you that every purchase is also equaling a meal for a child. 45 million plus meals have now been provided thanks to all of you and that's just through Shop LC. That's not counting what happens overseas with our 3 networks that we have overseas. 45 plus million meals provided, 400,000 plus product reviews, 2 million plus happy customers, 40 plus years in business. That's total, because again, we started as simply a jewelry manufacturer. Our parent company was making jewelry before the whole TV shopping network industry popped up and before we started as a network. So there's a lot of background behind this, but those meals, that's the most important part to our CEO. When he does, the owner, the chairman of the board, when he does the presentations, that's the first thing he talks about, is when we think of goals, his goal for the number of meals to be provided. So that's a very important thing for us. But anyway, just a little side comment there. I want to get that out there so you can feel like you're doing some good, not just getting beautiful jewelry. Anyway, pendant we will leave available. And now, man. Oh,
is this a little different than what was on the show sheets we were looking at, Shawn?
Very different. Hang on, I promise I'll show you this as well. But I need to take my moment here and just take this all in. This is emerald, and I am saying that with the pause and the enthusiasm like I haven't seen for emerald in a very long time. Listen, I'm one of the real upfront individuals in this industry here. I'm going to tell you what I think. By the way, let me just real quick on TikTok here. Can I say hi to Joy? Of course I can. Hi, Joy. How you doing today? I hope you're doing very, very well, and thank you for joining us and for all of the hearts that we just got. Thank you for liking our live stream, Joy. I appreciate that. And if you like, even just like gemstones, just a little bit, let alone love. In fact, I'm going to give Joy and everyone on TikTok the first look at this ring. Okay. Where do I begin? Oh, and we just had, man, what's all these likes all of a sudden? Someone else. Thank you for all of the likes and Joy sharing the live. Thank you for that as well. We appreciate that. If you know emerald, and you know that usually, and I mean by usually 99% of the time, if you see an emerald, it's going to be a very cloudy stone. This is the exact opposite of a very cloudy stone. Hi, Trinity. How you doing, Trinity? Thank you for joining us. This is about as clean and as clear as I have ever seen in any emerald in my life. I'm honestly a little surprised that we didn't save these stones and use them in 18 karat gold. Usually stones like this wind up in our 18 karat gold or our platinum. Now, many times once you have clarity in an emerald, okay, we have to sacrifice the color. Because I've seen a lot of very clean looking stones that have no color. This has it all. This has color. This has clarity. This has everything that you love in a gemstone, in an emerald. Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy, yes, it is gorgeous. Yes, on TikTok just said gorgeous. Yes, it is.
It's so sparkly.
WB lower. Thank you. Yes, it is.
I'm just looking at all the sparkles.
That's what's blowing me away. Absolutely blowing me away. This is sparkling. And you don't expect that in emeralds. Okay, let me back up a couple steps, literally and figuratively. Yes, you might see that in an emerald if it's retail, because odds are good it's lab created. Most of the emerald you will ever see retail is lab created. It's grown in a lab. They control the environment. They can grow the perfect stone. This is Mother Nature's handiwork. And so they've yet to develop a way where you can go in and get rid of just the physical imperfections within it. That is really, really dramatic, what you are seeing right there as far as emerald goes. The size of it, incidentally, is 8'6", 8 millimeters long, 6 millimeters wide, and it has the perfect forest green color. Absolutely the perfect color. The clarity here, AAA grade. No doubt in my mind that that is anything other than a AAA grade stone. Someone else just commented on TikTok, beautiful user, and then a lot of numbers. So thank you for joining us here, because that is gorgeous. I mean that is what every emerald should be. That emerald right there is what every emerald should be. Most aren't. They all should be. And it's just, you can't help it. That's the nature of natural gemstones, that they're not going to turn out like that. And then, diamonds too. I suppose we should mention those.
Just a few.
Just a few. Natural, yes, you heard right, natural yellow and white diamonds. We make a big deal about that because you never, ever, ever see natural yellow diamonds. Yellow diamonds are a very rare thing. Natural yellow diamonds don't happen. Most of the yellow diamonds you ever see, and I don't care whether it's here or it's anyplace else, have all been lab, I don't want to say altered, but they've had treatments. And that's normal. Perfectly normal. Most gemstones have treatments. We were discussing that earlier on one. And diamonds, to get to the color yellow or blue or red, all treated. Those are natural. So to get natural yellow diamonds, 8 of them, in this beautiful, no, there's more than that. This must be one of those, it's broken down, 20 plus 8. So you have 28 natural yellow diamonds, and then another 40 roughly white diamonds, all coming together to create an emerald and diamond ring. An emerald and diamond ring is about as classic as it gets. For thousands, hundreds at least of years, people have loved emeralds and diamonds together. We just showed you Tanzanian spinel. Gorgeous purple stone. 200 years ago, nobody had ever heard of Tanzanian purple spinel. That's a new find. Emeralds have been around forever. And an emerald and diamond ring is going to always, always, always be in style. So if you want to give something as a gift that will always be in fashion and always be in style, or you want something for yourself, it's an emerald and diamond ring. And again, I have completely ignored the price. Is that consistent on all sizes? Does my sheet say
that's what
something completely different?
Nope, that's what it's.
Okay.
That happened.
If you'd asked me how much this ring was for this live presentation, I would have said $9.99. For whatever reason right now, it is $799.99. So you can right now, for $799.99, get an emerald and diamond ring with natural yellow diamonds, and an emerald that is so good and of such high quality. I mean, come on, just take a look at that. Oh my word. Now, if you think, well, he's trying to hide things from us. No, look at the picture behind me where it's blown up 1,000 times. I mean, come on. Look at that uniform green color that you're getting. And in fact, since we're on that shot, natural yellow diamonds. One of the reasons I can tell, because there are this one here, there are a few, this one here, those are really exceptional. Those are even of a higher grade and quality than some of the others. They're all nice and they're all natural yellow, but you've got a couple here. Just there's an added clarity on those 3 really. That really is special and really is spectacular. So if you love your emeralds and diamonds, May birthstone, April birthstone, April diamonds, May emerald, not that far away. You want to think about getting one of these right now, that'll be the time to do it. Boy, this ring is spectacular. Where has this been?
I don't know. It is something special. It really is.
I have never seen this. Wow. It is in gold. I know we promised you gold this afternoon. That's why we're working this in. It's in 10 karat yellow gold. So you have, again, that durable gold. It is sizable. Now, on the website, we do have some size choices. Let me read some reviews. Let's see, 5-star reviews. Regina, love emeralds, great quality. Rosandra, value and beauty, beautiful color, and the combo of diamonds and emeralds is beautiful. Great value for the size of the emerald and the yellow diamonds. And then George, luxurious emerald ring with white and yellow diamonds that I am enjoying wearing every day. Fabulous design and the right size of emerald so I can wear this beauty every day. What a find. The price is right and allowed me to purchase without buyer's remorse. Man, we can all relate to those terms. Buyer's remorse. Buy something and then immediately say, what was I thinking?
What? I did what?
I know. Been there, done that. That's why I got rid of about 50 of the watches that I have at home a few years ago. I thought, what was I thinking? Anyway, so gorgeous ring, beautiful, and I feel pretty confident you're not going to have any buyer's remorse either in that. We're going to continue.
Oftentimes will just say, and I scanned the matching pendant. We don't have time, but we have to make time for this.
Oh, yeah, definitely show this. Definitely. Absolutely. Because now, and again, let me just start by getting this up here so you can see the matching pendant, or pendant, as one of our producers likes to say. Glenn says that all the time. Pendant. Pendante, sometimes he'll even say. It's a pendant, and it is gorgeous, and sometimes what it deserves just looks like it feels like it deserves some fancy words. Well, look right here at what you have.
So the last emerald was 1.15.
Yes.
And this emerald's the same size, but it's $100
$100 less, yeah, $687.99. $687.99. It is. It's the exact same.
How does that work?
Size. That's a very good question. How does that work? I would like to know that myself sometime.
Put in that back.
Yeah. It's $100 less for the pendant. Now, again, the chain is not included. We had some great chains earlier. So for another right around $100, you can get that top 10 karat gold chain that we showed earlier, and now you will have a home for that pendant. That is a very good point, though. Why would that be so close in price? Look at the quality of that stone as well. The color, same story, different day. Beautiful, thorough green color in each and every one of those. You have white diamonds and yellow diamonds, and this is actually more of what I would call a slide pendant, just based on that way the bail is exaggerated across. So if you have an omega or any wider chain, this would be really nice. Now, just make sure, let me measure the bail, because I don't want to overpromise here, because it's not the biggest bail in the world, but it should be large enough that it can get through, well, yeah, it's about 3 millimeters, so, but we've sold 3 millimeter omegas, which in standard measurements means the bail is about 1/8 of an inch or so. So you could get a bigger chain through there, and it would slide along the chain as opposed to just hang off of it as a pendant. Now, either way, it's all about this gemstone, and these are, I guess I didn't even mention, these are Zambian. That was the other one as well? Yep, Kajam Zambian emeralds, and we have seen over the past, really about the past couple months, a huge increase in the demand for emeralds on this channel. Dan Dennis and I had an emerald show a couple weeks ago in our 8 to 11 p.m. time slot, which is where I usually am when I'm on the TV side of things. In that show, our last hour, we must have hit almost 20 items because everything was selling out. We put it up, gone, put it up, gone, put it up, gone. That's the way emeralds have been around here lately. Now, I'm going to be honest, the company's still trying to figure out what just happened. Why have emerald sales just skyrocketed like this? It's not the color of the year. That's peach fuzz or whatever it was called. I know. Don't even get me started on that. Although now I've started on that. I thought, who are these Pantone people? Have you heard of this Pantone color of the year? They're the ones that dictate the color of the year every year. So I went to their website and it looked up because there was a Who We Are thing. And so I started pulling up the LinkedIns on these people. And it's like, sure enough, this is their gig. They are, executive director or whatever of Pantone. So from what I gather, you're getting a paycheck to just sit down and meet once a year and decide what the color for the coming year is. How do you get that job? What's the qualification that me and these 10 other people or whatever it is are going to tell the world here's the color of the year? And they get a paycheck for this. It's a paid thing. I thought this has to be a volunteer thing.
It's very complicated.
I mean,
you just don't understand how hard they work, Shawn.
I'm picturing it. There's a boardroom, probably with martinis, and they decide that, okay, here's the color of the year for next year. Are we done? Good. Drink up. I can't imagine. But what's funny is because then you also have Sherwin-Williams that announces the paint color of the year every year, and what's the other big paint company? There's another one. There's a couple of paint companies they announce. Sometimes they're on the same page, sometimes they're not. So it's you buy what you like. But for whatever reason, emerald sales around here have just skyrocketed. I have said I think it's because the quality of our stones have just gotten so really good. These are Zambian emeralds. In years past, the Zambian emeralds were nice, but this latest inventory that we seem to be getting in, I think are just the nicest yet. But even Colombian emeralds and many of the others, they're just, everyone is clamoring to get emeralds. When you see emeralds and you see a price like this, I would really encourage you to take advantage of that, because I don't know that is going to be around for, well, I know it's not going to be around forever. We only have a certain amount of the pendants, but these kind of prices for emeralds are just, the prices are amazing, the quality of the stones are amazing. I don't know what's happened, but everyone wants emeralds. So if you catch us doing an emerald show, tune in and be ready to dial. I was mentioning earlier, we have on our app, we've got a great app. And by the way, we just did an update to it. I had to download the update last night. So we just did an update, at least for Apple devices. We just did an update to it. Oh, there's a feature called Fast Buy, what I was going to mention. That can be your best friend if you're watching the live stream, if you're watching the live show, and I'm just going to show you what I mean right now. So here is, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. It'll take a second to load here. Here is the live show.
Yeah, there's a live show. You can't watch the live stream on the app.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's the irony. You can't watch this on the app. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess it's very complicated. Don't get me started.
How could it be? Anyway, don't get me started. There's a feature called Fast Buy, and if you ever want really quick ordering from the live show, have that feature activated.
Activate the feature. Really activate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I'm just thinking about
it. Actually, it's 3:13 already. Where's this day going? Have that activated because it's one-click ordering. It's literally, if you want like the showing, order what they're showing, it's literally, you click a button and you can have that activated, what I meant to say. So, okay. We got a long ways to go, and I'm just dragging my feet here, I know, because we have 45 minutes remaining. And now we're going to get back into the gold chains. Watch this. Watch this. When was the Klondike Gold Rush?
August 17th.
And she's right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Stephanie has that embedded up here.
The other one was January 28th.
Yes, it was. Yes, that is correct. The California Gold Rush. But no, we were chatting before the show about those are the two big ones, the two big gold rushes. The Klondike, which was again the Yukon, northern Canada, and the California Gold Rush, which predated that by 40, 50 years, whatever it was. So you turn back the clock almost 200 years, and people knew the value of gold to the point where entire cities were built on people mining for gold.
We built this city.
I'm going to have that in my head now. Oh my gosh.
It came up, what are the odds of it coming up twice?
I know, it really did. It came up this morning too, believe it or not. So, even the video is awful.
Oh,
I can picture
terrible.
the video in my head. They had these animated backgrounds behind Grace Slick. I mean, Grace Slick, amazing singer back in the day, and then they become this Jefferson Starship, and then just Starship, and all of a sudden it all went to where.
Yeah.
So I mean that's been the demand for gold throughout time. Almost 200 years now, people were traveling across country in horse and buggy when word spread that there's gold in California or in the Yukon. So
in our hills. That's when you say
in our hills. Exactly right. One time you can use that. So anyway, what do they look for? They look for pure gold. That's what they're mining. They're mining pure gold, 24 karat gold. And in this country, most of what we see is, that's right, yeah, that's the right one. 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat gold. In a lot of the Asian countries, for years, they have made jewelry out of 22 karat and 24 karat gold. China has been doing 24 karat for a while, and in India, 22 karat gold has been very hot for a very, very long time. We're showing you.
I think that's the Palma. It's the other one. Because I have it shortened.
Oh, you're right.
Okay,
Really that's right. This is the one we haven't talked about this. They have been showing and owning 22 karat gold for a lot of years. So 22 karat is just a hair away from being pure gold. It's 90-some percent, like 92% pure.
I'm ready for you.
Oh, awesome. I was close. 91.6. Okay. So again, 24 karat, that's pure gold. That's what the miners are digging from the ground. That's pure gold. 3 nines, and it's 99.9% or higher. There is no such thing as 100%. 10 karat, that's what we showed earlier, 41.7%. Again, in this country, that's legally gold jewelry. That's the lowest we can go. Some countries, they can go to 9. 10 karat is as low as we can go. Most of what you buy is 14 karat. I go into a jewelry store, I say, show me your gold chains. They're probably going to show me 14 karat. That's what we've traditionally purchased in this country. 58.3%. You're up to 91.6% of this chain is gold. Now, I'm establishing this because of the price. We're at $21.29.99 for a hair away from a pure gold chain. This weighs 11.2 grams. If I were to hold this 11.2 gram chain in this hand, and if I had another chain of 10 karat, let's just say, of 11.2 grams, this is still going to feel heavier, still going to feel denser. As you get to the higher caratages, the gold just feels heavier. It's got more of a heft because it is dense. The cool thing about this, and I have not seen this on a gold chain ever, it is 20 inches in length. Like this, it's a 20-inch long gold chain. However, this has a little magic ball adjustability. Look what I just did. I just took this chain and I shortened it. Again, you could wear that front, very sexy if you're wearing that in the front, or that goes down the back, and then you now have a, let's see what this would actually be. We went from 20 down to about 16. So that's about 4 inches worth of chain right there that I just pulled through. There's a little tiny piece of silicone in here. And what that does is that will hold this in place to whatever length I move this to. So it's not going to accidentally come undone. It's going to stay in place, which is brilliant from a design standpoint. So if I want this as an 18-inch length, that's probably about 18 right there. It will stay like that as I'm wearing it all day long. I don't have to worry about that moving around and readjusting itself over the course of a day. This is a $12,000 chain. $12,000 chain if you could find it. If you could find it. We have it today for $2,129. And new follower on TikTok, welcome. Something about cats.
Oh, I could talk about cats.
Yes. It was very interesting because Stephanie and I were just chatting about cats before the show. And so welcome to our new follower there. Anyway, these need to be corrected. So I have an appointment to get new ones in a couple weeks. It'll be easier for me to read some of these things. But anyway, so 22 karat gold. Is that the
That's per gram.
Per gram. $189 per gram. $189 per gram for 22 karat gold. Okay, again, this is pricing. I was just before the show just trying to, first off, why do we deal with these numbers? It's important to have all the information before you make a purchase. And I was on the website for a bunch of different retailers as they were coming to mind. I'd go to their website and I'm looking up gold chains. A lot of them aren't even giving you the gram weight information. It's something you'd have to go to the jeweler, go into their store, say, what does that weigh? They'll put on the gram scale, and then you can do the math. So they don't even give you all the information you need. At $189 per gram for 22 karat gold. We have in our inventory 10 karat, even 14 karat gold pieces selling for that same number. You're buying more gold, 22 karat gold, for $189 per gram. Now, I know it's not for everyone, but if you have always wanted to indulge yourself, this is one of the best indulgence you can do. I do see over my shoulder a comparison ad being set up. I'm almost scared to look. Well, there we go. Okay, this is verifying just a few things that I said. First off, necklace in 22 karat, $12,000. Now, there's a couple things that stand out. Remember how I said I wouldn't know how to tell you where to go to find it? This is a made-to-order piece, 8 weeks delivery time.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, this is what drives me nuts. Mm-hmm. Because when something is not in stock regularly, like 22 karat, they're going to make that to order. You're waiting 8 weeks to get it, which is actually a pretty good turnaround time for made-to-order jewelry. Other thing, note there's no gram weight listed anywhere here. I'm guessing just based on the look of this in relation to the clasp, it's about the same size and about the same weight. So it's really good apples to apples comparison. But I don't want to wait 8 weeks for it. By then, I probably lost interest. I have the shortest attention span in the history of the world. I'm going to want this. I want this now. And you better get it to me quickly. At normal delivery time, 5 to 7 days. So you will have this in no time. And I do encourage anyone who wants to get in on this to please order while we have this price in effect. We only have a 24-hour window where these prices are valid. So Monday, 4 p.m. Central Time, all bets are off. So if you do want this for $21.29, $189 per gram, look at that chain. That's 22 karat gold. Yes, you still have a traditional lobster claw clasp. Many times chains that have this little bit of adjustability, they eliminate the lobster claw clasp. Not here. It's still there. So you still have the ease of use of a lobster claw clasp to hold this in place. Wow. That is a lot of 22 karat gold that you are purchasing right now for $21.29, $189 per gram. It's one of the first times I've seen an adjustable one too. I like that feature. That's slick.
That's where it's at right there.
Wow. So 20 inches the maximum. Shorten that down to 16 to 15 to 14, whatever, however small your neck is, you can shorten it down to that. So great way to go. $21.29.99. What an amazing price point, and you can get yourself some 22 karat gold. This is, just want to double check before I say this. Yes, the only 20 that we have. We have 18, 22. Yeah, this is the only 20-inch long chain that we have in our little assortment today of gold chains. One more look at it, because we're putting that one away and getting ready for, our 22 karat rope. Now, 7.5 to 8. Once in a while, I can find an 8-inch long bracelet that fits. Let me see if this does. Oh, so close. You know what? If I got one of those magnetic clasps and added that, this would fit perfectly. The reason I'm saying this and doing this is because I have wanted one of these for a very long time. Because I don't have any 22 karat. I have 14 karat. Do I have any 18 karat? I don't think I have any 18 karat. Then a couple pieces of 24. I would love a 22, and I would love it The rope bracelet, even after all the years doing this for a living, is something that has always eluded me, and I don't want it to elude me any longer. So I can knock two things off my list. I can get 22 karat, and I can get a rope. Now again, it's a little bit small for me, but if I had one of those magnetic clasps on here, it would be perfect. It's very likely this is the only 22 karat gold rope that we have in the inventory, so I don't think I can throw out other options at you. Your price by the way, $894.99. I have never seen this. It's very possible it's new or relatively new. No one has even left a review yet on this. There's no star ratings, no reviews, nothing, so it's definitely a newer piece to our inventory. Whenever we see something like that, then it's usually a pretty good bet that it's not been in the inventory very long. And it is 22 karat gold. Now, I just thought of something. I want to just look and see. No, not there. No, we do not have our markings on this. I started to wonder, because a lot of the 22 karat does come from India, so I wasn't sure, because I know that we've done some pieces of gold before, if this was one that we made or not. But no, this is not one of ours. Just looking everywhere they can put the stamp. No, it is not. Excuse me, which means, I'm going to give my soda here real quick, that this is likely gold, gems, silver, anything, means it was a one-time purchase and we can't do this again. So to get this deal, what our buyers did and our executives is they met up with some jeweler somewhere. Could have been the gold district of a major city, a jewelry district, I don't know, but wherever they met him or her, they signed the contract saying, we'll take every one of these that you have. Every single one. Because, and they do the math, it is cheaper for us as a business, as an entity, to buy these from you already made with the price you're giving us than for us to go into production at our factories and make these ourselves. And I always think that says a lot. That a jewelry company, we make jewelry. It's cheaper for us to buy them pre-made from someone else than to simply buy the gold, go to our factories and say, okay, here's the gold, let's make chains. Because we do it all the time with silver. We do it all the time with gold, but just this was a better deal that way. So when this is gone, it would be impossible for us to do this one again. Now, we could, in theory, do a gold 22 karat rope at our factory. We could produce them, we could make them. It's going to cost you more money, though. This would be more money if we took the time to take this 22 karat gold rope and go into production ourselves with it. And this is jewelry you buy once, you'll have forever. And there's a little bit of extension. That's why this goes from 7.5 to 8. 7.5 if you clasp it here, 8 if you clasp it here, and there's even a couple other rings in between, so you can get very, very precise if you would like. But that's 22 karat gold. Who's even seen 22 karat gold? The reason I said earlier, I don't think I would know where to tell you where to go to buy something like this is jewelers don't stock it, which is why I wasn't surprised when special order came up in that comparison ad, because this is not on their radar. They've got customers that come in that want to buy gold. Okay, I'm running Shawn's jewelry store. And someone comes in, they want to buy gold. I take the tray out and I show them a nice assortment of 10 karat and 14 karat, maybe 18 karat gold. But it's going to be 10 and 14 karat because in this country, that's what sells. And if you're a brick and mortar retailer, you want to sell what you know sells. Well, in India, 22 karat gold is a very big thing. In China, 24 karat gold is a very big thing. So there are Asian countries with different philosophies. In Italy, nothing but 18 karat. That's it. 18 karat, end of story. So you can now get that exotic gold content and let people know. If someone says, oh, that's a nice bracelet, say it's 22 karat gold, because they're going to be surprised that such a thing exists. We just started carrying it within the past year. This is something that we have not done in the past. We're just now getting into 22 karat gold. And think about that at $894.99. That is unprecedented. Is that $190 for this? Mm-hmm. $190. Other one was $185. This is $190 per gram for a hair away from pure gold. Absolutely 100% Just a shy bit away from being 24 karat. Thank you for the new follower, Terry USA. I hope I'm saying that right again. I'm having a tough time reading these names because they're in a different colored font. But a new follower to Shop LC. Thank you for that. I hope you'll find me as well, Shawn Wilsie, and enjoy my few TikTok videos. Find me on Facebook or Instagram. Better place to. Or Twitter. I still call it Twitter. I refuse to call it X. But on all forms of social media, I'm even on that one that, what did Mark Zuckerberg start up? That was going to compete with Twitter and nobody's on it. I'm on
is that the Threads?
Threads, thank you. I can't even think of the name.
I've seen that on Instagram and I have no idea what it is.
Yes.
Is that what that is?
That's what it is. It's his version of Twitter, and people signed up like crazy and no one uses it. Trust me, I'm on it. And every once in a while I look. It's
I don't even know how to get to it.
Barren. There's nothing there. It's worthless. I shouldn't say that, but there's no one posting on it. But anyway, so here is your 22 karat gold that you're getting for $894.99. We've got 30 minutes left. We're gonna start picking and choosing here now. I don't know what to do because we have so many nice things, and only 30 minutes to get to. If there's any requests out there in streaming land of any of the things on the set here, I'm kind of backing away a little bit just so you can see. If there's anything here specifically that you're dying to see, let us know right now because we'll try and work it into the plan here.
Yeah, this is what I've got.
Right.
Marked next.
Okay. What do we have marked next? Let's see.
Aquamarine for you. We haven't had any
I'll take
white
that.
gold.
Oh man, you're right.
Pretty thing.
Okay. Yeah, we have not had any white. Had no white gold. And oh boy, our aquamarine.
And
here it is.
And look what they did to size 8. So everybody just has to get a size 8. It's unheard of. I don't know.
Okay. Here's what's going on. We don't price these things. And sometimes accidents happen. This ring is available in 7, 8, 9, or 10. If you buy the 7, the 9, or the 10, same price. For whatever reason, and that's $22.99 by the way. So $22.99 for a size 7, size 9, size 10. This ring here, in a size 8, for some reason, is on clearance right now at $1,150. So
you can get it sized for less than $1,100.
You better. If your jeweler's quoting you $1,100 to size this, find a new jeweler.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Look at the quality of that stone that you're buying right now for either $1,150 or for the $22.99, which is great. That ring has an estimated retail value of $9,000. And you can get it for anywhere from $1,150 up to $22.99. Now, why would this be a $9,000 ring? Well, the first answer is the main stone, the diamonds, the gold, secondary. That aquamarine is, first off, AAA grade. It is Santa Maria aquamarine. Who cares? We should care. Santa Maria has consistently been the best source of aquamarine in the world. And it used to be consistently producing aquamarine. However, some years ago, the mine just pretty much stopped producing and there was nothing coming out. And to this day, there isn't. So we look towards Espirito Santo now as the new high standard for aquamarine. It still has not lived up to what we were getting from the Santa Maria mine. So this stone alone at $1,150 suddenly becomes a point where you say, I got to think seriously about this. And yes, you should. So it's a AAA grade Santa Maria aquamarine. Then you have, and let me just do it behind me here. You have all of the diamonds, fully cut, fully faceted diamonds that are accenting the aquamarine. So if I had to prioritize the importance of the value here, That's number one, that's number two, that's number three. Many would argue, though, that's number one, that's number two, that's number three. The aquamarine is a 9x7 millimeter, 1.8 carat stone. That's why I'm stressing that is the most important part of this. You don't see 9x7 aquamarines of this quality. You've got a lot of diamonds in here as well. 58 plus 16, 60, 74 genuine diamonds. That's another 35 points. So a third of a carat of genuine diamonds in addition to that amazing aquamarine. The Santa Maria aquamarines have been some of the most collected and most in demand a lot of years. A lot of jewelers would love to get their hands on some, and they just simply can't. When we used to, we being Shop LC, TV shopping network that's on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, when we used to do our March event for aquamarine, every month we do an event for whatever birthstone is in that month. Some of those events are 24-hour events. Sapphire, ruby, usually a safe bet that'll be a 24-hour event. April, diamonds, that will be a 24-hour event. Emerald this year, I don't know. Our inventory is pretty much dried up right now. I hope there's a lot coming. But it always used to be March, 24-hour event. They have over time gotten shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And when we do see them, most of the product will be Espirito Santo, which again is a fine, fine, fine aquamarine. The Santa Maria are so much bluer, more intense, darker. One of the reasons blue topaz became a thing in the 1980s was as a substitute for aquamarine, because you could not find aquamarine with any real nice blue color to it. So they started taking this topaz, dyeing it and irradiating it and creating these blue stones that rival aquamarine. Well, now you can own aquamarine. You can get the good stuff. You can get the real thing. Why the size 8 is $11.50 and the others are $22.99, I don't know. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to tell you, take advantage of the $1,149 that the company's basically handing back to you, saying here, and take that money and have the ring size to whatever you need it sized to. Here is an ad.
I mean, it's almost exactly the same.
That's why I'm pausing. I'm looking to see, because yeah, even the diamond carat weight, see, carat weight's 12 points, but that's made up for in the aquamarine. Either way, yeah, it's almost the same. 2 carats, 18 karat white gold, on sale for $8,320. That's 51% off. I'll give them credit for the amount of the discount. At 50% off, that's a nice sale. But $8,000 compared to $11.50, big difference. Hey, Lauren, how you doing, Lauren?
Lauren's there.
That's a lot of savings for aquamarine. I mean, that's good, but getting it today at $11.50 is a whole lot better. You can truly get it now on some amazing aquamarine in white gold with diamonds, and just think again for a second. For whatever reason, size 8 price lower than the others. Get the size 8. If you're saying, oh, I don't want to deal with the hassle, listen, $22.99 is still amazing for aquamarine in the other sizes. 18 karat white gold, I hardly touched on that. 18 karat, 75% pure gold, great high gold content. 4.7 stars out of 5, just that hair away from being a perfect 5-star rated item. So some really nice things still to get to. We're going to try and squeeze in a couple more here before we have to.
Oh, and you're going to get the Ileana box.
Oh!
That one right there. And they light up.
I knew I saw it. This is Ileana. The Ileana, here, let me just, I'll do the whole big dramatic thing. Here's how your ring's going to come. Hey, Valentine's Day, February 14th. Today's the 21st. Time to get serious. What are you doing for Valentine's Day? This is the, this could be it. This could be the gift. Here's the wood box that it comes in. On the inside, there will be your ring. The word Ileana on the inside.
Yeah. Except for now there's a light there, so it's going to be like, whoa.
That's true. Yeah, there's a little light there now, but that will be the presentation that you see. So, man, that is gorgeous. What a gift you're going to give then for Valentine's Day. You know, a lot of the younger generation going for the non-traditional engagement rings. If Valentine's Day is going to be that day, then this would be a winner. So anyway, think about that. And again, got a few things remaining back here. We're not going to have time to get to everything. It'll all be loaded into the show before we're done, though. So even the items that we don't get a chance to get to live, you'll still be able to shop for behind the scenes. And
so you know how I check the prices before the show? And
yes.
I update it as necessary. And so I updated it to $1,099 from $1,187, and I thought that was a good price. I didn't bug them for a lower price.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I thought we had a good price.
What is going on today? This is so strange.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of these. Yeah, it's by our information, 1187. Stephanie had gotten it to $1,099. That's the price you see on the stream that you're watching. But website clearly says $824.99, so that's what we're going with. $824.99 for that beautiful pair of earrings. And before I even go too much further, let me just look. Yep, natural yellow. So you have natural yellow diamonds once again. The immediate halo around the aquamarines are natural yellow diamonds. I do want to point something out because as happens from time to time, photographs here, what I see in person, different. What you see on the website, different. On the website, they almost look pink. I don't know where that picture, maybe that's our monitor, I don't know. But these are definitely 100%, in fact, let me get close so you can see. Blue. TikTok, there's your look at it. That is blue. There's no doubt about it. Those are blue aquamarines. No way you could even describe that as anything else. So that is blue with yellow diamonds and white diamonds surrounding it. Now for everyone else, just so you can see as well. Blue gems, blue gems, blue gems. No doubt in my mind. Those are beautiful blue aquamarine stones. Now these are the Mangoro aquamarines, which is a different source, is a different mine. Most gems, tanzanite's kind of the exception, can be found in more than one place. And aquamarine is one of those. So the Mangoro mine that is now producing these particular aquamarines is really producing some nice stones. It's kind of on the radar now of more people, just simply because even the Santa Maria we were just talking about, the Espirito Santo, not sure how much we're going to be getting from that anymore. So here's another source that is reliable for producing really, really, really good aquamarines, up there more with the Santa Maria than the Espirito Santo. These are in 14 karat white gold. The stones were that good that the decision was made to put them in gold. And let me explain why I say that. Our gem team has to, and I wish we had video of this process, because it's really interesting to watch. When the rough is turned into finished faceted product at our main facility in Jaipur, India, there are individuals whose job it is to sort out the stones into groups based on their quality, basically single, double, triple, quad A. Single, many times the stones that want to getting ground up and used in, the fill in a pen or something. Double A, many times in silver. The triple and the quads, those are the ones that we say, we need to save those for gold. They are so good, we have to set them aside for our 14 karat, 18 karat, or platinum jewelry lines. The best wind up in platinum. So that's your first hint that you've got some really good stones, is these are in 14 karat gold. The second thing to note is they've used the natural yellow and white diamonds. You will find almost all of the natural yellow diamonds used in gold. It will be a very rare piece where natural yellow diamonds are set in silver because of the value there. Most diamonds are treated to help the color along. Those yellow diamonds are natural, and there are 36 natural yellow diamonds in this pair of earrings. 36 of them. The value in that quarter carat, it's 23 points, I guess technically, almost a quarter carat. The value in that 23 points of yellow diamonds is extraordinary. So if you love this display, if you love this idea of your birthstone perhaps with another birthstone, April, combined together, and set in gold at a price of $824.99. None of us have any idea why that price is there. Nobody's asking any questions. It's supposed to be $1,187. Stephanie asked for a better price, got it to $1,099. And now they're up at $824.99. No one's going to raise a question about this. We're not going to say, hey, what's up? Price dropped. We're going to let it go. That's what it says. Now, the bad news is there's not many of these. So if you do want to grab an order on these, hurry in and take advantage of that price at $824.99 because that's not going to last long. It is your chance right now. Take advantage of this while you're watching. What a buy that is at $824.99 in 14 karat gold, the aquamarines, and then yellow and white diamonds as well. The combination together is spectacular. And if you're looking for the best and the finest, again, any of the aquamarines we're showing you are great. And it will be interesting to see because I know the planning team would already be in the final stages of planning whatever event we do for March for Aquamarine. 2 hours maybe, 4 hours, all day, probably not, just because we don't have the product anymore. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, we are going to squeeze in our next piece, which is.
Yeah, we'll finish up on this one.
Okay, that's fine. So
this Tanzanite, I
could
not do this.
Okay.
It's the prettiest thing. Here we go.
Oh my God.
I know. Can you imagine if this was one ring, how much it would be?
Say that again?
If this was one ring, how much we would
if this was one ring. If this bracelet were divided, in fact, you're bringing up a really good point, Stephanie, because there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 15 tanzanites in this one bracelet. If we were to take those tanzanites and break them up into 15 rings. Now, why would we do that? This is jewelry making 101. We love to romance jewelry and all of that. But the fact is, at the end of the day, it's a business. And anyone who's making jewelry has to turn a profit at the end of the day. And it's easier to take 15 tanzanites of this grade, this is AAA grade, make 15 rings out of them, and I'm honestly surprised because there's so much gold in this. I'm going to show you a side view of it first. Look how thick this is. That is all of the gold. Oh, did I mention the back of the piece is equally bathed in gold? So, here's what you wind up with. You wind up with all of that gold. These could easily be 15 rings, and then we as a company would turn around and we would sell those 15 rings for, 10 karat? Maybe $3.99 a pop. So we've got 15 rings at $3.99 a pop. Now, let me just grab my calculator here. So we've got 15 rings, and we're selling them at $3.99 a piece. This would be $6,000 worth of jewelry because the gold here could easily be turned into one ring. You're at $1,049.99 for one bracelet. Easily. We could have turned around and sold them for $6,000, and that's, I don't know, $30,000 worth of jewelry maybe, I don't know. This one bracelet though, 8.1 grams of beautiful, rich 10 karat gold, and it is yours today for under $1,100. That is extraordinary at $1,049.99. 8 carats, minimum carat weight. Anytime we give you carat weights, it's always going to be a minimum number. So you have 8.1 carats as the minimum carat weight in total. Yes, you will get, I said 15, that's at 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 15. There's different sizes, so that must be the information for a different size. What we're looking at here is the 6.5. I have the 6.5 inch right here. So 15 stones in the 6.5 inch bracelet. 8.1 carats is the total gemstone weight. This is extraordinary. What you're getting now in gold, in 10 karat yellow gold, is a beautiful designer inspired piece. And this is from, by the way, our Mirage collection. We started this collection about 3 years ago. And it's a growing collection. We don't do a ton in it, but every piece is going to have this open-like feel. I don't know, it might be, yeah, I guess you're going to see it better back here than if I got close to the camera with it, because you can see these little windows that are in between every single piece of gold. So they're creating these cages, and then sitting on top of the cage, here's where I will come in for the side view. Sitting on the top of the cage is going to be the gemstone. So your tanzanite winds up on top of that gold cage. So all of that 10 karat gold, and we have, by the way, cut this price $350. So we're at $1,049. We were at $1,399. All of those tanzanites are sitting atop each and every one of those cages. This is a very complicated piece to make. I want to, in fact, just share a couple of the reviews here on the Mirage collection from Brenda. Great design, Shop LC. The Mirage bracelet is gorgeous. Shop LC, hope you will make this a bigger selection in the near future. We are. We are. There is more coming. I'm telling you, there is more coming. Wendy said, beautiful AAA tanzanite, 10 karat gold honeycomb, well made, comfortable wear, one of the best bracelets. Pam, this bracelet is gorgeous. Love all my pieces in this collection. Please make the earrings to match the entire set. I have everything except the earrings.
Ooh, maybe some in rose gold.
Rose would be
White
nice.
gold.
That would be good too.
Whole thing.
Yes.
I want to see this in everything.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, so there we go. Shop everything else behind the scenes. It's all available behind the scenes. So you can go behind the scenes and grab everything else. Tomorrow, Monday, someone will be back here. I don't know who, but 10 a.m. Central and 2 p.m. Central Time, 2-hour blocks. We'll see you then.
Oh, yeah. Man, yeah, we've had a lot of people on TikTok. I love it.
I know.
We're perfect for that. Let me see, we're not down yet. So, yeah, it took me a minute